YouTube. Here, let's start back from the top. Let's take it from the top. I suddenly decided that I was going to start recording while I was going down the stairs, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to the really scary game room. It's not really that scary, just... Well, Pixel bit me in the neck earlier, so he won't be bugging us. We're going to take a look at this thing. I don't know if I've ever made a YouTube video of it. I probably have at some point. But now I put a different hard drive in there, and I almost put it back together without putting thermal paste in it, and that would have been really bad. Here's its old hard drive. It's a C8ST 3600 20A. Its spinning is quiet, but it really clicks pretty loud. Now it has a standard, very common Western Digital Caviar 800 in here. Let's turn it on. It's got Puma on it right now. Also, it does not make the startup chime. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. However, the sound works. It's a really weird problem. See, Happy Mac, and then it's got a spinny thingy. That's how it used to work on OS 10. Appears to be running okay. So, that's good. Sure, my hand is so shaky. Alright. That's the login screen. Is it at all ironic that I'm using a Microsoft mouse pad on an Apple mouse? Just enter my password. Oh, and as you can see, the buttons don't have the flat look in this version of OS 10. I also cannot get the classic environment to work correctly. So here is Puma. It's not very nice looking, that's for sure. If you go to About This Mac, you'll see it is version 10.1. I was going to put 10.0 on here, but I didn't want to take the chance of it not working because it wouldn't even work in an emulator. Puma, I got to somewhat work in an emulator. It wouldn't boot up after the installation. However, it did boot up during the installation. Plus, Cheetah's not even that much difference, so I don't think it is anyway. Look at the weird iTunes logo. Very weird. Or I'll be using iMovie. I think it's iMovie 3. I don't know. Let me check. It doesn't show the welcome screen anymore, I guess. Well. About iMovie. When I went to About iMovie, it did that, apparently. iMovie 2.11. 2.1.1. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot talk. So this is what I'll be using to edit this video. Give me best of luck. Blah. Internet Explorer for 5.5. It's not at all fun to use. Trust me on that. Plus, I can't even get the airport to work anyway. No matter what I do, it won't recognize the actual passcode. We can try to get it connected real quick, but I don't think it will. Configuration, airport. I really wish Macs would let you manually set it up, but of course, Apple makes their operating system think it's better than you are, so yeah. And LG makes their TVs think they're better than you. That's basically just how that goes. I mean, I like Mac OS, but it leaves a lot to be desired compared to Windows. Although you don't have viruses because not many people use it. Here's system preferences. The logo is the old, metallic looking logo that is on top of the iMac G3 in this version. It also has a picture of the Apple Pro mouse on the mouse control panel. Here's users. Let's take a look at this. This works differently. It's just a little lock button. It's not an actual picture of a lock. And it doesn't make the sound. But also, iMovie had sound, and this does too. I don't know why the startup sound doesn't, or I don't know why the startup chime doesn't play though. Yeah, it looks good. It's not as polished and nice looking as the newest ones. However, Apple probably put a lot of thought into making this OS. It's actually not bad. That button. It's mostly the same as Panther, just slightly different in certain respects. If we go to Classic, it says no startup volume. Even though there is a startup volume, however, every file has no icon. It didn't install right. Now, I cannot get OS 9.2.2 to download. It just doesn't work. And the system does not support OS 9.1. So, that could be a problem. And also, I can't get the CD tray to open at all. But there is another way to open it. Lift up the screen so that it doesn't hit anything. Restart the system. And then when it goes to the black screen, hold down the mouse button. This is the only way I've found to be able to open the CD tray when there's no disc in it. There. Now we stick in the macOS 9.1 disc. It won't boot into it because it doesn't support it. You also have to push it because the button doesn't work. Also, there's a fan on the CD drive, so even when the disc isn't spinning, the CD drive makes noise. As long as there's a disc in there. It's bizarre. It was a weird design. Still booting up with the Happy Mac. In case you didn't realize what that was. See, now the actual disc is spinning. Checking disks, configuring network, initializing network. Panther actually still says welcome to Macintosh, which I think is interesting. Because this one doesn't even. Also, the rainbow pinwheel looks slightly different. Like the rainbow pinwheel cursor looks slightly different in this version of the OS. So here it is, macOS 9.1. It's on the desktop. And then, of course, when you try to install it, it tells you need to be able to start Classic to install Classic. You need to have Classic installed to install Classic. That makes sense, doesn't it? I also tried directly dragging the system folder, but, of course, that doesn't work. Can you not show the package contents of anything in this? Is that really how it works? If it is, that's dumb. Nah, I guess you just can't show the package contents of an OS 9 application. That's probably it. Upgrader files. What? Here's the installer engine. It just says you can't complete the action because it's not installed. I'm trying to install it, you idiot. It's like, Apple did not think that through very well. So here's the system folder, but if I try to use it, right here, if we try to use it for Classic, it says you still don't have a startup volume that supports it. And then here's the volume. However, it can't use that system folder. And if you install that system folder onto the hard drive, then it pops up the thing and it says, nope, this can only be used to boot the CD. And I'm like, well, thanks. So So this is the system folder. We're in it right now. But it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So that's annoying. Let's eject it. Putting my elbow on the control key. Eject. See, you can eject it if the disk is in there, because you can eject it like that. But if there is no disk in there, there's no ejecting it. That's part of the reason I like slot loading drives better. It just doesn't want to close sometimes. Hang on, I'm going to put her back in the case. Alright. So that's good. I'd use Final Cut Pro that I have on here. Except it doesn't even think it's an application. It doesn't think anything is an application for some reason that I installed this way. It's like, really? It doesn't make any sense. However, I just remembered something. We can try this. I didn't even think about that. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. See, I made a CD, and I used actual packages, like installer packages, to install Classic that I made with Xcode tools. But I also put the raw system folder on this disk, so I'm a genius. I didn't... Whoa, that was a little close. So I'm a genius. I didn't do the thing that I put on there for failsafe in the first place, and I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Where did that end up? There it is. Alright, so now we can install Classic the manual way. We'll see if this works. Most people didn't actually like Puma or Cheetah because they didn't have, they weren't very user-friendly. They were more for business, it seemed like. Because you had to know all this stuff. If you got a kernel panic, then it just flooded the screen with text. Like, it was an actual Unix kernel panic. They fixed that in Jaguar, and it remained like that in Panther, and they only changed it up until Mountain Lion. The only thing they changed beforehand was that they added a language to the notice. Just drop that there. Trying to copy to Big Mac. I'm sure you all get that joke. Yes. I swear. You cannot delete the system folder even though it's empty. See, watch. I look in it. Oh, there's actually things in there now. Don't know how they got there. I can say move to trash. Oh. What? What? I can't find my cursor. There we go. I'm looking on the camera screen. Well, it's still in the trash. It is still in the trash, so let's hope that actually works. Just because it's still in the trash. Well, alright. I'll stop the video until it's done copying the Classic files. One other thing I forgot to show in the video is that now I have my iMac set up over here. I actually am storing like my Minecraft world coordinates and stuff on it. And yeah. So it's just like a utility to me now. I'm actually using it. So that's nice. It's not like this one where I'm just messing around with it. Alright, we're back now. And It appears to have finished. Let's open up system preferences and see if it works. Classic. Loading classic. Oh! Big Mac is selected. Start. Classic environment starting from Big Mac. Happy Mac. What? I don't think it's doing anything, even. Okay. Well. To rebuild the classic desktop. Okay, now let's try starting. Happy Mac. I don't even hear the hard drive grinding, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's open the system folder and see what we see. Yay. Oops. It needs to be tidied. Tidied. It needs to be bleh! It needs to be cleaned up. Cannot talk. Okay, this isn't looking promising. Set that down there for now. Let's try restarting. Actually, no. Let's remove that from the recycle bin. Just stick it on our desktop for now. Now maybe it will start? Just maybe? I don't know. Thinks the trash has stuff in it. I don't understand that. Now it doesn't think the trash has stuff in it. Okay, that's good. Start it up using Big Mac. Again. Classic environment just won't start. Probably you guys have to be seeing the same thing as me, right? Stop classic. Let's try restarting the system. Happy Mac, and it's booting up. And here's the hard drive grinding away. This hard drive is pretty quiet when it's grinding, but you can hear it spinning all the time. It's really weird. It like squeaks. Here we go. Alright, started up the computer. I actually said computer the other day. It was pretty funny. Now let's start. Happy Mac. Still just trying to start it up from Big Mac. It is not working. Still is not working. Force quit. Alright, what the heck. Sending the shift key to it so that maybe it'll try to start in a safe boot, but it doesn't appear to be working there either. Now I can see the floppy disk behind it. What the heck? Alright, I'm confused. I'm pretty dang sure that we just installed OS 9.2. You know what? I'm wondering if this version of OS 10 just doesn't know about OS 9.2. Regardless, guess that's really it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm probably gonna have to bring over the files that I need for my intro and outro onto this computer, but that's okay.